Give me a thumbs up if you guys agree that this gray hair journey is more than just about our hair. It really is about more self acceptance, growing more in our love for ourselves. That gives us an opportunity to work on some inner things while we're going through that vulnerable stage so that we can grow. This is something that I received from the gray hair journey. I'm doing things that I would usually be all up in my head about and like, oh, it's not perfect, it's not this, it's not that. And it's like, it's okay. When you're going against the norm of what everybody else is doing or against the norm of what you usually do, it is going to push you to an uncomfortable place. When you're willing to embrace that, you gain skills like acceptance. You continue to grow in your tolerance of discomfort, and that'll help you for many other things. I know many Silver Sisters who they started with their gray hair journey and then their careers took a different turn, or someone was telling me they now have more opportunities in their work now that they've decided to go gray. How about you guys? I get more compliments now with any change I've done to my hair than ever. Like when my hair was relaxed, when I would color it, when I went natural. Gray is so different, it stands out. It's really nice when you have somebody on the journey with you to hold your hand, to hold you up. Have you guys, who was your biggest supporter on your gray hair journey? And if you don't, we're here for you. Okay, your Silver Sisters to help you through it. Write these things down of those who are supporting you. That way you could look back on it and again be thankful for the change that this journey brings. Even though I've fully transitioned with my color, it's so inspiring and awesome to be on other people's journeys from the beginning. On another live that I did, there were two women who said that they were born with gray hair. And there was one woman who had a niece who had gray hair at 10 years old. And she's in school and kids are, making fun of her. And she tried to cut off the gray hair and it's growing back. And, we all know what that's like to be in school and how kids can be. It's probably much more worse now. At that age, you're feeling insecure and unsure of yourself anyway. And then you have these people who are making fun of you for something that's unique. And she's only 10, so she's not worried that it makes her look old. It's just so different from her friends. So, what I was saying I love about getting older is I feel like I'm getting more comfortable in my own skin. And a quote that might help you, because the feeling that it shows your age is a valid feeling. The quote that says, aging is a privilege denied to many. So, having lived 52 years, if you have some sparkles that are showing that you've been able to live and enjoy life and love, that's again, it's a different perspective. It doesn't change the fact that it's scary or if, it's a struggle, but it just helps change our perspective of something that everybody goes through. So it's not to say that when you get older, your self-esteem is bulletproof, but you start to grow more into like, this is me, take me as I am. I don't know if you guys have heard of Mel Robbins. She said a quote that I love of what confidence means. She's like, it's not something, many people think it's something that you just have automatically when you start something that you've never done before. But she said, confidence is the willingness to try, and it comes from action. So I finally got to a point where I decided I was done with the dye, but I thought about it for a little while. My mom had went gray before me. She went gray first and then she went natural. And I remember seeing my mom have the silver zipper, as Adelina called it. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I didn't want to. Now I wouldn't mind because I see so many beautiful women with Grombre, but I had to work through some thoughts that I had when I saw her do it. I was like, oh, I don't feel like dyeing my hair, but I wasn't ready yet. So just give yourself some time and you won't know until you try it. I was natural when I went gray, but my hair was very short. So I was dealing with roots and I was dealing with no hair. So it was definitely a shaker of my inner confidence. But then as the weeks went by with patience, I was like, you know what? I would forget. And then that's when people would say things to me and my hair wasn't even fully gray. And I was like, wow, I like this. I can thank my son every day because he was my biggest motivator. I was like, you need all of me. And I deal with chronic illnesses, which take a lot of my energy. And I was like, mm-mm, I'm going to make my life as simple and minimal as possible so that I can give him what he needs and then myself. But it's so freeing. If I had to choose between which one was the hardest, I don't know. I would say gray was the hardest for me, but going natural wasn't. I think the going natural part, I liked my curl pattern, so that wasn't an issue. It was how long it took for my hair to grow and comparison because my hair didn't look like other naturals because it's fine. You know, we talked about that the last live, embracing our fine hair. It's not going to look as thick as others. And this is where I'm thankful for the platforms like YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube, my natural hair journey would have been a lot more difficult. Finding many different natural hair gurus, I guess you call them, who would show what products to use. I had no idea. There was so much that I didn't know about my hair because I left that into the care of a hairdresser. And so it felt very empowering to stop relaxing my hair and learn my hair. And even with dyeing my hair, I didn't go anywhere to get it dyed, but stopping the dye gave me more free time to do other things I love to do instead of trying to chase the gray. I used to see about purple products when I was younger, you know, when I would go to the salon, and I didn't understand the science behind that. I'm thankful for the Green Beauty channel. She does such an amazing job. I'm not sponsored by her or anything, but like I just appreciate the knowledge that she drops. And again, I'm thankful for this platform because people are sharing their knowledge and it helps us to get through it. So, having a page like this, you know, I'm hoping gray starts to become more of a normal thing, just like natural hair was novel at first. And then now everybody's embraced that. Well, not everybody, most people. So I'm hoping with these channels like Ava's channel, you know, can help others to know that they're not alone and how to deal with their gray hair. That is the other change that I'm in the process of working on. If I had mentioned in my interview with Khadijah, Naturally Platinum, that this gray hair journey is setting me up for the next change, which is here, aging. Like was said, in your 50s, you go through hormonal changes, you go through, you know, changes in your life too. I'm a mom now. I wasn't a mom 5 years ago. And but aging will be the next thing, you know, wrinkles. There's so many things out there to try and stop what is naturally occurring. And I'm finding the more that I embrace that, the freer I feel. It doesn't mean we can't do things to enhance how we look to make us feel as youthful as we can feel, but we don't have to have this. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it doesn't have to be conditional. Like, well, I could come on here without makeup with you guys. I could come on here with makeup, just not putting a condition on beauty. There's just so much beauty around. This gray hair journey and being on YouTube has helped me to find my voice a bit and learn how to not hide, you know, who I am, different parts of me, like I'm goofy, you know, again, these are the thoughts that go on in our mind. Like, I was not a fan of my voice or even my laugh. I think I hate my laugh. I love to laugh, but I hate hearing my laugh. And by being able to share yourself, other people can help you to appreciate things about you that you might not like. What also is so beautiful is seeing women supporting women like this. You know, there's so much shaming going around if things don't look the way society says it needs to look. And it's nice to be able to have this forum. Words are powerful. They can bring us up or they could tear us down. And I'm really thankful that most, if not all of you beautiful butterflies always come through with words that build up. So I think that's awesome. And I think it's different layers too. There's layers or levels to that comfortability and accepting, because believe me, I'm not always like, oh girl, you beautiful every day. There's sometimes I have to, if I get a pimple or I don't have all my makeup on or I'm not feeling the greatest, that I have to remind myself it's that inner beauty that's always there. It's not even just shaming from other people. I have to stop that myself. I am working on giving myself permission to feel good. And I didn't think that that would be an issue. It's like, who doesn't want to feel good? But sometimes it's by reflecting, it brought up to me that there's this limiting belief that I have that I don't deserve to feel good. And so I'm learning to, one thought at a time, get better with supporting thoughts, loving thoughts. And those are things that can help you through any journey. You know, something I'm learning too, and I'll leave you guys with this thought. I'm a recovering perfectionist. Give me a thumbs up if anybody else is with me. I love personal development. I love, looking up things to think positive. And one of the pitfalls that I got involved with when trying to do better and be a better version is shame myself into it. Love is the best motivator for growth, not shame. I mean, shame and guilt can cause a change, but it may not be permanent and it doesn't feel as good as if you are motivated by love. So even with that shame, I learned to transform it and say, whenever that shame comes up, oh, you're just reminding me that I need to be more loving. Because what started to happen was when shame would come up, I would almost do a shame sandwich. The shame would come up, and then I'd be like, oh, how are you shaming yourself? You know, you have to be loving. And then I said, okay, I'm not going to beat myself up for having an imperfect thought. I'm just going to transform it and say, what's a better thought? And even forgive myself for shaming myself. I just thank you guys so much for your support. Just a kind word to someone can make a difference on their journey. So I thank all of you for joining me today. Sending you love and compassion. Bye.